Vietnamese history begins with legend, where myth and reality are entwined. Over 4,000 years ago, the Hong Bang dynasty was said to have been founded by the Hong kings, rulers who guided the Van Long kingdom. These early kings were more than political figures. They were teachers, guiding people to plant rice, fish the rivers, and build villages on stilts along the Red River. Imagine a land of endless river valleys where mist hovers over emerald paddies and bamboo boats glide silently through waters reflecting the first light of dawn. Villagers move with a rhythm dictated by the seasons, planting, harvesting, celebrating, and mourning in harmony with the land. Children run through the muddy fields, laughing, while elders chant ancient songs that tell stories of the gods, the ancestors, and the first kings. Every village was a miniature kingdom, every ritual a thread in the fabric of identity. The Hong kings laid the foundations not only for governance, but for the spirit of a people who would resist, endure, and dream. They taught the first lessons of unity, of survival, and of respect for the natural world, lessons that would echo across millennia as Vietnam faced invasions, occupations, and revolutions. This was a time when the land and its people were inseparable. A single river could nurture thousands, and yet it could also drown entire villages in seasonal floods. The Hong King's rule symbolized harmony between humanity and nature, a theme that would define Vietnam's enduring story.
In 11 BC, Vietnam fell under Chinese rule, beginning a period that would last over a millennium. Governors imposed foreign laws, taxes, and culture, but the Vietnamese spirit remained unconquered. Resistance became a heartbeat, a quiet yet unyielding drum across the villages and river valleys. The most famous early rebellion was led by the Trung sisters in 40 AD. Picture thousands of women rising up, mounted on horses, wielding swords, and rallying entire villages against the Han dynasty. Mist curled over rivers as villagers cheered and prayed for their leader's success. These sisters became immortal symbols of courage, daring to challenge an empire and inspire generations long after their defeat. For 1,000 years, rebellions flared and were suppressed. Yet, the Vietnamese adapted, preserving their language, customs, and identity. They learned guerrilla tactics, using the rivers, forests, and mountains as shields. Imagine secret messages passed along bamboo stalks, villagers hiding warriors in reed-covered boats, the tension of living under an occupying power balanced by hope for freedom. Even under domination, cultural life flourished. Temples were built, Confucian teachings were studied, and village communities developed codes of governance. This era shaped the Vietnamese psyche, a blend of pragmatism, resilience, and an unbreakable attachment to the land that could neither be bought nor conquered.
Independence arrived in 938 AD under the brilliant leadership of Ngo Quyen. At the Battle of Buc Dung River, he used the river itself as a weapon, sinking enemy ships on hidden stakes and demonstrating that intimate knowledge of the land could triumph over sheer force. This victory marked the birth of Đại Việt. The nation's heart beat with pride as new dynasties, the Lý and then the Chern, took the reins. Under the Lý dynasty, iconic pagodas rose from misty plains, symbolizing both religious devotion and political authority. Buddhist teachings spread, schools flourished, and villages thrived along the riverbanks. The Chern dynasty faced Mongol invasions not once, but 3 times. Imagine the sound of war drums echoing through the mountains, archers readying their arrows, villagers secretly supplying soldiers while monks prayed for victory. The Mongols, powerful and terrifying, were forced to retreat, leaving a people more unified and confident than before. Daily life was a mix of peace and preparation. Young men learned martial arts to defend their villages, women maintained rice paddies and craft traditions, and elders taught history through oral storytelling. The lessons of geography, strategy, and culture intertwined, forming a resilient identity that would withstand future storms.
From the 15th to 18th centuries, Vietnam evolved into a land of vibrant culture and complex politics. The Lê dynasty stabilized governance, implementing Confucian codes, developing literature, and fostering education. Scholars debated philosophy in candle-lit courtyards, writing treatises on morality and governance. Yet life was never simple. Farmers worked terraced mountainsides, their sweat nourishing the land, while rebellions simmered nearby. Ethnic minorities in highlands maintained their traditions, occasionally clashing with central authorities. The nation was a delicate balance of beauty and struggle. Festivals illuminated villages with lanterns and music, markets filled with rice, silk, and pottery. Poetry and painting flourished alongside military campaigns. Life in dynastic Vietnam was a dance between civilization and survival, a reflection of a people deeply attached to their land and culture, yet ready to fight to protect it.
By the late 18th century, Vietnam was fractured. The Tay Son brothers emerged, leading a peasant rebellion that toppled the entrenched Nguyen and Trinh lords. Picture armies of farmers and artisans, armed with spears and courage, moving through mist-covered valleys to confront the ruling elite. Their strategy was brilliant, blending ingenuity with audacity. Eventually, Nguyen An emerged victorious, founding the Nguyen dynasty and becoming Emperor Gia Long. Vietnam was reunified, its territory shaped nearly like the modern nation. Yet unification required vigilance, fortified cities, modernized armies, and careful diplomacy with China and European traders. Villages remained watchful, knowing that history had taught the people to expect turbulence, even under peace. In the mid-19th century, Vietnam's centuries of independence collided with European ambition. France gradually colonized the nation, merging it with Laos and Cambodia into French Indochina. Railways crisscrossed the countryside, colonial architecture transformed cityscapes, and rice production shifted to feed faraway markets. Yet, oppression bred resistance. Intellectuals, peasants, and revolutionaries met secretly, plotting, teaching, and writing. Ho Chi Minh emerged as a visionary, combining nationalist and socialist ideas. Candle-lit huts and hidden forest meetings became crucibles of revolution, whispers of freedom passing from village to village. Vietnam's spirit, cultivated over millennia, could not be extinguished.
World War II brought new challenges. Japanese forces occupied Vietnam, weakening French control but bringing new threats. The Viet Minh, led by Ho Chi Minh, organized resistance, blending guerrilla tactics with diplomacy. In 1954, at the Dien Bien Phu, victory was achieved. Imagine soldiers entrenched in mountainous terrain, the echo of gunfire mingling with the determination of a people demanding freedom. The French surrender reverberated across the world, and Vietnam achieved independence. Yet the nation was divided at the 17th parallel, laying the groundwork for future conflict.
Vietnam's fight was far from over. The the country split into North and South, ideological battles transforming into a war that engulfed the nation and drew in foreign powers. Dense jungles, rice paddies, and bustling cities became battlegrounds. Helicopters hovered over fields, guerrilla fighters moved unseen through tunnels, and civilians navigated danger daily. Villages were torn apart, children ran along bombed-out streets, yet hope endured. Underground networks, creative strategies, and an unyielding spirit became symbols of resilience. This was a war of endurance, intelligence, and unwavering determination. With the fall of Saigon in 1975, Vietnam was reunified. The country faced immense challenges: war-torn cities, damaged infrastructure, and millions of displaced citizens. Reconstruction began slowly, with schools rebuilt, rice fields restored, and cities revitalized. Farmers worked reclaimed land, markets buzzed with traders, and children returned to classrooms. Vietnam gradually opened to international trade and investment, blending traditional life with modern development. The people carried the memory of struggle, yet looked forward with cautious optimism.
Today, Vietnam is a nation of contrasts. Ancient temples rise beside modern skyscrapers. Villagers still work rice fields while motorbikes flood urban streets. Traditional Ao Dai flutter alongside contemporary fashion. From the lantern-lit streets of Hoi An to the bustling skyline of Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam thrives as a living story. Its rivers, fields, and cities reflect resilience and ingenuity. Its history is a testament to survival, hope, and the unbroken spirit of a people who have endured centuries of hardship, yet continue to forge a future of their own making.